Colleagues, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We're very happy that you are spending your precious time this morning with us. Today is a great day to come together and learn from each other as we welcome you to this month's Ambassadors Lecture Series, a platform for heads of diplomatic missions in Manila to share their knowledge and expertise, experiences, and also advocacies. It aims to build stronger bridges of understanding that will lead us to insights, actions, and a deeper appreciation of our relations to continue achieving our shared goals of cooperation, economic development, and peace. My name is Archimedes P. Villar, one of the cadets of the Foreign Service Officers Cadetship Course Batch 3. It is my honor and pleasure to be your host for this morning's event. To officially begin this morning, allow me to introduce our guest lecturer for this morning. Our speaker for today is the Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Republic of the Philippines. His Excellency Nasser Said Abdullah Al-Manwari serves as the Ambassador of Oman to the Philippines. With a distinguished career in diplomacy, Ambassador Al-Manwari brings a wealth of experience and expertise to his role, fostering strong bilateral relations between Oman and the Philippines. His commitment to promoting cooperation, cultural exchange, and mutual understanding between the two nations reflect his dedication to diplomacy and international relations. Ambassador Al-Manwari's leadership embodies the values of diplomacy, collaboration, and friendship, enhancing the ties between Oman and the Philippines. He was formerly appointed at the Communications Department to the Foreign Ministry. He was also assigned to the Embassy of the Sultanate of Oman in Berlin, Germany, and Ankara in the Republic of Turkey. To share with us this morning his insights on strengthening diplomatic ties between Oman and the Philippines, a new era in bilateral relations, please join me in welcoming the Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Nasser Said Abdullah Al-Manwari.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Magandang umaga. Honorable Francisco Fernandez III, Director General of Foreign Service Institute, Their Excellencies, my colleagues, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my presentation today, which is strengthening the diplomatic ties between Oman and the Philippines, a new era in bilateral relation. And first of all, I want to thank the Foreign Service Institute for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. In my presentation, in my lecture first, I will start with giving some information about Oman. So, Oman is a unique country in an especially strategic location in the Arabian Peninsula. The Sultanate's remarkable geography, long history, and evolving system of government mark it out as a special country. Oman covers an area of 309 square kilometers, and our population in 2023, it was approximately 4.6 million. Oman citizen population stands for 2.9, and it represents around 56% of the total population. The currency, we have Omani Riyal, which is equivalent to 2.6 US dollar, and it's around 147 pesos, Filipinos pesos. And the Human Capital Index, HCI, stands for 0.6, reflecting our commitment to the investment in human development. Oman population growth rate is 1.5 in 2023 reported, and that was reported by the World Bank. On the economic aspect, Oman inflation rate was stable up to 2023, it was 0.9%. And also the employment rate, it was 1.5. Our statistical Performance Index, it was 66.1. That shows Oman drive to guide resource allocation, policy decision, enhancing governance, attracting investment, and improving social services. And again, our GDP was per capita, it was 23,000 US dollar. Our GDP grew by 1.3 in 2023. It was 108 billion US dollar. About our foreign policy, the foreign policy of the Sultanate of Oman is founded on a profound and enduring vision of Oman as a friend to all. This vision embraces dialogue and tolerance as guiding principle in addressing all of issues. Oman offers political and economic stability, an excellent location, and a favorable regulatory framework, and outstanding human resources. Oman also plays a crucial role in the region peace process, and it's known as its neutral foreign policy. One of Oman's significant contributions was facilitating the historic nuclear agreement between Iran and the United States. That was in 2015. Additionally, Oman has been involved in mediating the release of hostages from conflicts in many places, leveraging its diplomatic relation to resolve the humanitarian crisis. Oman's unique ability to maintain strong relations with all countries in the region allow it to act as a bridge in peace negotiation. And please allow me now to have this small video before moving to part 2, which is talking about the bilateral relation. And this is a small thing I will talk about Oman vision. Like any country, Oman has a vision that's coordinating and that putting a roadmap for the Oman up to 2040. That vision also depends on 4 main pillars, which is economic diversification, reducing dependence on oil, and human capital development, investing in education, skill development, and innovations to enhance the capabilities of Oman workforce. And we have also private sector empowerment, strengthening the role of the private sector, sustainable development, align policies with global sustainability goals. We have ambitious goals to be achieved in this vision up to from the 2021 to 2024. And now allow me to show you a small video about Oman, about the vision of Oman, before moving to part 2. Okay, so I'll move now to the main part of my lecture today, which is the bilateral relation between Oman and the Philippines. Diplomatic relation between Oman and the Philippines were established on October 6, 1980. Oman embassy, before at that time, or after 1980, was handled by our embassy in Malaysia until 2013, when we inaugurated our embassy in Manila. The Philippines established a resident embassy in Muscat in 1992. His Excellency Ambassador Mulder and Manwari was the first ambassador of Oman to the Philippines. I presented my credential to His Excellency President Fernandez Marcos on January 10, 2023. His Excellency Ambassador Shansis Ali served as the first Philippines ambassador to Oman, and now His Excellency Ambassador Raul Hernandez is representing his credential on October 17, 2023. Our high-level diplomatic engagements of the embassy have strengthened cooperations between our two nations. These include number of officials and courtesy visit, discussion, and participation in a bilateral events that continue to foster our relation. The embassy is keen to engage and participate in various trade, agriculture, tourism, and cultural expos that is held in the Philippines as part of our commitment to enhance our bilateral relation. Oman and Philippines support each other in regional and international forums. Recently, the Philippines supported Oman nominations to the Express Mail Services Group, while Oman backed the Philippines for UNESCO External Auditor position for the 2024 and 2029. We also support each other nominations in the United Nations and other global organizations. Regarding the agreements, MOUs, we are in the process finalizing signing of some agreements. The key agreements and MOUs including mutual visa exemption of diplomatic and special passport. I think also finalizing this MOU, especially this MOU, it will enhance the cooperation between the two countries, as some diplomats traveling abroad overseas, they can stop over in Oman, and they have fruitful discussion there in Oman. MOUs also we have in agriculture, fisheries, health, cooperation, and the employment of national labor. We have also other significant agreements, including the mutual recognition of seafarer certifications and investment protection, and on the avoidance of double taxation. I think also assigning this, especially for the double taxation, it will enhance also the cooperation between the two countries in commercial and trade sector. A proposed MOU in the field of information and communication technology is also in progress, and the embassy is working on this MOU as well. The GBCM, the bilateral consultation meeting between Oman and the Philippines, was established to foster and enhance the bilateral relation between the two countries. The mechanisms aims to address mutual interest and cooperate in various areas such as economic, trade, and cultural. The last one, which is the fourth meeting, was held in Muscat on 30 of March 2022. And the fifth joint cooperation meeting on a bilateral consultation, it will be held here in Manila in the beginning, in the third week of January 2025. And regarding the economic cooperation between the trade cooperation between the two countries, on the commercial aspect, allow me to review with you our trade between Oman and the Philippines for the 2022 and 2023. Key sectors include energy, manufacturing, and processed food products. The trade balance in 2022 2022, sorry, that was, yeah, I think you put it, yeah. Yes. The trade balance in 2022, it was 11 between Oman and the Philippines. It was very humble, but I know it's a very low number. It was 11.029 million. But in 2023, it surged to 115, approximately 115 million US dollar between the two countries. And the Philippine export to Oman increased from 6.5 million in 2022 to 9.35 million US dollar in 2023. On the other hand, imports from Oman surged from 4.47 million in 2022 to 105 million US dollar in 2023. According, of course, those data according to the Department of Trade, the Philippines Department of Trade. Oman imports fruits, machinery, processed food, cleaning products, and textile from the Philippines. And we export to the Philippines, including liquefied natural gas, crude oil, natural gypsum, polyethylene, and polypropylene. The Chamber of Commerce of both countries have also agreed to enhance trade and investment cooperation. A high level of Oman delegation of businessmen and officials are scheduled to visit the Philippines during the 5th Philippine Business Conference and Expo that will be held from 20 to 23 of October in 2024. I mean the next month. It will be a high level of delegates from Oman. They will participate in this Expo, and we believe there will be a business-to-business meeting that it will empower the cooperation between Oman and the Philippines in commerce and trade. Also, at the same event, we are planning to sign a memorandum MOU of understanding between the Philippine Chamber of Trade, PCCI, and Oman Chamber, OCCI. And regarding the cooperation in labor and tourism, there are currently approximately 47,000 overseas Filipino workers in Oman. Those who were considered to be significantly contributes in Oman economy. They are a partner in Oman economy. Those workers sent home an annual remittance of 330 million US dollars as per the Central Bank of the Philippines data. Tourism also is growing between the two countries, as we have a daily flight from Muscat to Manila and the other way around. We have almost 4,500 Omani tourists visiting the Philippines annually. In 2015, Oman and the Philippines signed also an MOU for the civil aviation cooperation that give a chance for the Oman Air to have one daily flight from Muscat to Philippines. Oman Air currently operates daily flight from international Niue Aquino International Airport, and there are also plans to double this to 14 flights per week. For the time being, we have only one flight, but we are planning to double this flight in the coming future. Of course, that's it. Not we are still at the beginning. We are still at the beginning of enhancing, of working in enhancing our bilateral relation between the Philippines and Sultanate of Oman. And ladies and gentlemen, the important question here is how can we pave the way to advance our bilateral relation in the future? I would like to highlight here some of the key actions that we can consider toward that goal. We should enhance diplomatic engagement, establish a regular high-level meeting between the government officials to discuss key areas, cooperation, ensuring open communication channel for resolving issues and advancing shared interest. We are aiming to a high-level visit or diplomatic engagement and visit between the two countries. Also, we have to expand our economic partnership, identifying and promote trade and investment opportunity in key sectors such as energy, infrastructure, and technology. We have also to foster our culture and educational exchange programs, develop initiatives to promote cultural understanding through educations, exchange, scholarship, collaborative research between university and institutes in the two countries. And we have to sign also for searching for another field for MOUs and agreement and make it ready for sign new bilateral agreements. That also it will empower our cooperation, our relation, bilateral relation between the two countries. Also, we should promote more and more mutual participation in national and international events like expos, cultural festivals, and international conferences held in both countries, shares innovations, and strengthening diplomatic and economic ties through networking and collaboration opportunity. That's all. I know it's very short. I try to just brief it for you, and I know I wish that it's a fruitful presentation. I hear that some of you guys, you are students. And I will conclude, I will end up my presentation with this video, small video.
Insightful discussion on strengthening diplomatic ties between Oman and the Philippines, and new era in bilateral relations. At this juncture, we open the floor for comments and questions. Before stating your question, kindly state your name and organization or affiliation, and to accommodate a good number of questions, we respectfully request to those who would like to participate in the Q&A to raise only one question. So let's begin. The floor is now open. So let's have... Who do we have? So do you have some questions? Okay, let's have this lady on the other side of the corner. Please have your question, please.
Good morning, Ambassador. Thank you so much for your presentation. My name is Karen Fitalvero. I'm one of the cadets under the Foreign Service Institute. And I know that you've discussed about different initiatives also on the economic side. Would like to know more. Maybe you could expound further on various initiatives and development on the economic side that aims to promote or harness our economic cooperations and how the Philippines or the Department of Foreign Affairs could assist further on this. Thank you so much.
Regarding the economic initiatives, and I have to answer. Regarding the economic initiatives, which was talking about it, I think participating in many expos, especially commercial and trade expos in the two countries, the participation right now is very low. And it should be, from my perspective, it should be high level participation in both countries. We have exhibitions in Oman, but to be honest, is rarely we see some Filipino participants in those events, as well as also the expos here. I attended many expos, but we need to increase that participation in more high level engagement between the two countries. This is one thing, and the other thing, we should also ease the exporting and importing process, the custom fees and these things between the two countries, and I believe that also it will empower the commercial exchange between the two countries. Especially in agriculture, I know you guys here in Philippines, you have many projects, and we are keen to import those fruits from the Philippines. And yeah, almost those things, I think also finalize the MOUs. This is very important. Finalizing the MOUs in the commercial, the double taxation agreement is very crucial for us, and also protection. And protection of the investment MOU, this is also very important for us. And I think those things, it will empower our cooperation, trade and commerce cooperation between the two countries. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much. So for our next questions, Undersecretary Dominga, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Excellency, for a wonderful and very thorough presentation. I'm Jesus Domingo, Undersecretary for Civilian Security and Consular Affairs. So we're just very curious, what is Oman's perspective and priorities towards our immediate region, Southeast Asia and the Association of Southeast Asian nations, and more generally, what is Oman's perspective and priorities towards the bigger Asia-Pacific or Indo-Pacific region? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable, for this fruitful question. And regarding the region, we believe that Asia and the Pacific region, this one's very important for Oman. Oman, of course, is a member of the Asia. Of Asia, and we believe that this is the time of moving the cooperation from Europe or from the West, let's say, to the Asia, to the Asia side, and we believe a lot of potentials. The potentials here are very promised in this region, you know, I mean, this is the time of, we should move our intention, our, let's say, concentration investment to this region. As we see now, the world is moving more to Asia rather than the West, rather than our classical relationship, our old relationship with Europe. I think it's regarding, there are no new potential to be discovered in the West. I believe that new potential in the coming future, it is here in the Asia and in the Pacific region. So we're looking as Oman for this region as a promising region for us in all sector, economic investments, and also political potential and in many aspects. So this is my answer. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. For our third question, let's have the lady at the back. Thank you.
Good morning, Ambassador. I'm Andrea from the Foreign Service Institute. I'm just curious about Oman's perspective about the conflict around the region, because Oman is very stable, as your presentation showed, but your neighbors are not. Like, for example, in Yemen. So I'm curious about, because Oman is in a strategic position and it has influence over the Indian Ocean historically, even in East Africa. So I'm curious about Oman's perspective on the security in the Indian Ocean and around the Strait of Hormuz and even in Bab el-Mandeb, close to Yemen. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. We believe that the security in the Indian Ocean and the security in many places in the region is related to the conflicts in the Middle East, the Palestine-Israel crisis, and it's connected to that conflict for the time being. And we believe that resolving ceasefire in that region, it will enhance the security in the Indian Ocean as well as in Yemen. Oman is believe on a dialogue, negotiation of solving all the disputes, the ceasefire in Gaza, and also in Yemen. We are not participating in any war. We are not participating in any conflicts. We believe on negotiation and dialogue. This is the only and the right way to resolving our issues in the region. I believe after ceasefire, especially in Gaza and Palestine, in Gaza, Israel conflict, I believe that will lower the tension and the conflicts tension and in the Indian Ocean as well as in the region in general. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Ambassador. So next, for our next question, let's have the lady from the back again. Thank you.
Good morning, Ambassador. I'm Carla from the Foreign Service Institute. I'm particularly pleased of the proposed MOU on communications and information. I know that the Sultanate of Oman is one of the top in terms of the global cybersecurity ranking in the world. But in 2014, Oman was number 4 under the International Telecommunications Union ranking. So I just wanted to ask, are there certain best practices that Oman can share with the Philippines in terms of developing a robust cybersecurity infrastructure as we also move forward to developing our own to address cyber threats? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. We are in Oman. We are keen to give any experience in cybersecurity or in information technology, and I believe that the MOU in information and telecommunication or cybersecurity, it will be the start point for any cooperation in the future. I guess I have been there in Manila now 1 year and a half, and I believe we should work to speed up the process of the MOUs. It's from both sides, of course. I'm not talking about the Philippine side as well, but also from the Omani side. The process of signing any MOUs, it's taking a long time, and sometimes maybe a small thing that it will make it very slow. So I think speed up of in MOUs that it will make the ground for any future cooperation, especially in all fields, not only in the information and telecommunication and cybersecurity, but in all fields. And we are welcome to any cooperation. We are welcome to any future meeting in this issue or discussing any field in cybersecurity or telecommunication. We have bilateral consulting meeting that will be held in the beginning of next year. It is in January, and I hope that there will be discussion, or will be like meeting between the Telecommunication and Cybersecurity Authority in Philippines and Omani counterpart, and during that meeting, that will facilitating the signing of any of that MOU. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, in the interest of time, we can all accommodate one more question for today. So, do you have another question? So, yes, let's have the gentleman at the back, please. Thank you.
Good morning, Excellency. I am Dane Marvic Palencia, one of the Foreign Service Officer Cadets of the Foreign Service Institute. So, sir, you've presented a very nice presentation specifically on trade. Aside from trade, Excellency, how can we enhance further our tourism and cultural exchange, cultural understanding between our peoples and our countries?
Well, that is a good question. I think we should work. We should start to work in a visa between the two countries. Right now, any Filipino can apply for a visa online. Any Filipino can apply for the visa online, and it takes something like maybe 2 to 3 days. But it's very difficult to go from here to Oman, because you need a lot of documents. You need a lot of documents like labor contract and these things. Even though if you're going for tourism in Oman, you need that labors, because I know because of the trafficking, human traffic and these things. But we should engage. We should engage in the tourism exhibitions that I think it's held here in Manila. It's in February, and it's a good chance for promoting the tourism sector and increase the number of tourism between the two countries, as well as I think also maybe resolving this issue of the visa. Because as I said, any Filipino can apply for the visa through the online link, and he will grant that visa immediately after 2 days maximum, or after 1 day. But the problem is very difficult. You need a lot of documents here. You need like labor contract and a lot of things, even though you're going for a tourism. So I think maybe if we can do something in this issue, other things, and the participation in the exhibition, tourism exhibition is very crucial, and it will empower also, it will increase the number of tourism between the two countries, as well as maybe I will encourage also the companies, tourism company in Oman and Oman Air to have some backing to promote the tourism there in Oman, and maybe those initiatives, I believe it will empower our cooperation between the two countries. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your active participation. At this point, I would like to invite His Excellency to give your concluding statements for this lecture.
Thank you all. Thank you. I wish that this lecture is fruitful for all of you, and I thank you, your Honorable Francisco Hernandez, for hosting us today and giving me this opportunity. Maybe this is the first time for an Omani ambassador to give a lecture here. And I promise it will not be the last one. It will be, there will be more and more lectures here. Thank you again, and looking for see you next time.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you everyone for an engaging discussion as well. We hope that today's lecture and conversations have sparked new insights and learnings for everyone. At this point, we would like to express our sincerest appreciation to His Excellency for his presence and invaluable insights on our country's relations. May I respectfully call on stage Foreign Service Institute's Director General, Francisco Noel R. Fernandez III, to award are a simple token of appreciation, one of FSI's publications, The Mute Storyteller, and a certificate of appreciation. Please allow me to read the citation. The Foreign Service Institute awards this certificate of appreciation to His Excellency Nasser Saeed Abdullah Al-Manwari for imparting his invaluable insights and knowledge at the Ambassador's Lecture Series, Strengthening Diplomatic Ties Between Oman and the Philippines, a New Era in Bilateral Relations, given this 13th day of September 2024 at the Foreign Service Institute, Pasay, Philippines. Signed, Francisco Noel R. Fernandez III, Director General. May we also invite our guests from the Diplomatic Corps and DFA officials for a photo opportunity with the Ambassador. Once again, thank you, Ambassador Al-Manwari, for your presence and sharing today. We also appreciate our gracious audience for your active participation and to the organizing team for the time and effort for this project. Before we conclude, just two quick announcements. FSI is committed to continual improvement. Please answer the short evaluation survey. We want to hear your honest feedback about our learning session today. Kindly scan the QR code on the back of the program brochure and accomplish the end of training evaluation in our client satisfaction survey. To our dear guests, we look forward to having you again at the next session of the Ambassador's Lecture Series. For more details, please follow the FSI social media pages. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Now, kindly do partake of the simple refreshments outside. See you again next time for the next installment of FSI's Ambassador's Lecture Series. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the day.